After playing the first one, I almost didn't play this. Thank goodness I didn't listen to myself. This time, it warned you about the flashing lights. First game could have done with that. Well, they put more effort into the title screen, certainly. I turn off the motion blur because that's never good, invert the look because me, and remove the view sway because no more drunk horses. I start off working at the studio. Damn, that camera's sensitive. Holy crap! Jeez, turn it down a bit. That's a bit better. You could still do with dialing down just the vertical a bit more, but there's no separate control for that. Oh well. Okay, I'll admit, I kinda shit myself there. Well, these pedestals look familiar. As before, there's no inventory, there's just an objectives list. But already, everything is just so much more colourful than the original, because the original was just constant sepia tone throughout. And this is more like the original. Welcome home indeed. Oh wow, the menu's changed. Notice it's a lot more animated with your character front and centre, plus all the units of currency. Well, actually, they're crafting resources, though there isn't a huge amount of stuff you can actually craft. There's a certain type of key, there's 2 weapon upgrades. I think that's about it. And like the first game, there's an abundance of documents and audio logs to collect that will help flesh out the world.
I just received the call. Joey Drew is dead. What a quiet end to an extraordinary life. Last I heard, he was staying in some cramped apartment downtown. You could practically hear the rats through the telephone when he called me last April. In spite of that, old Joey sounded quite happy when last we spoke. More like the excited, hopeful young man I knew once upon a time. Well, farewell, my friend. What will become of your creations now?
Okay, I have no idea why she thought that was a good idea, but it seems to have worked out well, somehow. Choose an upgrade. I went for health to start with. Oh, and I can pick things up whenever I like. I don't have to find the puzzle or lock they fit first. Result! can't clock in. I kind of liked that in the first game. Instead, there's now like an auto save and a manual save from the menu. But clocking in, it kind of made you feel like there was a bit of a risk every time you walked away from the machine, you know what I mean? And goodness knows there wasn't enough risk in the first game. Kill it! I mean, kill them! Kill them! I don't know if they've done this on purpose, but let's pretend they have. They force you into a stealth situation, force you to sneak around the enemy with no option, and then they give you a weapon, yes! And then they send a whole slew of bad guys at you in an attempt to hand your ass to you, saying, yeah, this is what combat's going to be like. So you're like, oh crap, maybe I should go back to doing stealth. And then they give you a stealth takedown. So they give you the tools to do both and give you the option. So they kind of leave you to figure it out yourself. The melee combat in the first game was awkward, and it still is here. But now in this one, it feels like you've got an alternative. Oh god, the sprint is limited. Actually, in this game, that's not too bad. It usually is in games. But because you're encouraged more to sneak as well as smash every enemy he's facing, you won't actually do much running. And they've added a health bar. First game didn't have that either. I mean, in the original game, all you had to do was basically run in circles away from the enemy until your health built back up. You can't do that here. Another reason to be careful. One of my many complaints before was the constant dim lighting. Here, though, there are puddles of extreme darkness, but there are also puddles of bright light. You can clearly see where you're going at all times. It's the contrast between the two and the placement of the lights and darkness that does it. In fact, they make such a good job of the lighting, I barely even think about the constant sepia tone anymore. It just doesn't bother me. I don't wanna. And I just shit myself again. Open the door! Open the door! Ah! Open, you vicious bastard! gonna need some adult diapers at some point. The whole game's like this. Now, I was initially puzzled by these gent lockers. It turns out they need a gent card, one-time use only. You can make them or find them, but it's the only way to get them open. Yeah, picking up items needs accuracy. It's a bit of a pain sometimes. I turned down the sensitivity near the start and I'm still having trouble. Puzzles are generally still of the flavour pick up item A, insert in slot B. But because the game overall is more interesting, it's less obviously a problem. Until I reached this, the projection puzzle. I got stuck for about 40 minutes. Which was totally unnecessary because it turns out the solution is actually written on the wall next door. I didn't know! Okay, so the ink demon can not only appear at random, again, and can not only teleport to your exact position whenever he damn well pleases, and can do so within 5 seconds of giving you the warning, but it also results in an insta-kill. Regular enemies, when they kill you, only reposition you to the nearest checkpoint, like the first game, but you lose absolutely no progress whatsoever. Items you've collected, puzzles you've progressed, everything stays the same. The ink demon does not do this. Get caught, it's game over. In other words, this time round, the ink demon is actually a threat. At some point you'll receive a new power, well actually you'll receive a few powers, but this one is called Flow, or Teleport as I like to call it. It takes bloody ages to recharge, but I found a few of those thick ink canisters that upgrade your stats. I poured all those upgrades into building the recharge speed. It makes it much more usable. Speaking of upgrades, the gent pipe can now hold a charge, which means it can open powered doors. Charging the pipe is a bit weird. You have to slot a battery into the machine and then wind the wind-up handle. But it works and figures into puzzles quite neatly. And I appear to have found a morgue. Lovely. Oh, and be warned, some areas, like this one, have infinite enemy respawns. There's no point to clearing them out. They just keep on regenerating from the other side of the room. And this bit in particular is really hard to sneak through. It's a major pain in the arse, in fact. Oh, they're beds! Yeah, that's not creepy. Boss fight! Okay, the guy in the first game sounded way too calm all of the time. She actually sounds scared. It's much better. It sounds like she's actually responding to the craziness around her. Even though the game promotes the idea of stealth very early on, I used both stealth and combat throughout, and because enemies respawn limitlessly and in random places, making more than one stealth takedown in a row is rare.
He was up to something. I tried to tell him.
Just don't try to take down a keeper. That really doesn't work. Later on, you can unlock fast travel pipes, which don't work as a fast travel system. Or at least it doesn't work as every other game's idea of a fast travel system. One pipe only connects to one other pipe. Those two pipes only link to each other. They don't link to any other pairs of pipes anywhere else in the level. And the problem is that there's no map. So you don't really know where you're going, and unless you've got a really good memory like I haven't, you'll have trouble backtracking. For the most part, the game was glitch-free. Mostly. Bollocks! Well, that was a fuck up. And now it won't work at all. Oh, come on. Holy shit! Oh, finally.
You must die.
Damn. 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 Damn, 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 damn. Fuck! Yes! 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 Yeah! I shouldn't be excited by a feature of the game working.
3.
In some very limited areas, this game is equal to its predecessor. In most areas, though, it's a massive improvement. You feel this time round that you have more options. You can engage in a straight fight with all the enemies, hoping your health doesn't run out, or you can try to sneakerson around them, and if you power up your teleport skill, it makes stealth a lot more viable, which is a big help in areas with unlimited enemy spawns. One of the biggest improvements though is that this time, Bendy feels like a genuine threat, resulting in a game over screen, and that contrasts quite nicely actually with regular enemies just repositioning you back to a nearby checkpoint. You feel like you're under threat from this guy, and you've constantly got to scan the environment to find those little cubby holes. You have to walk into a new room looking for hiding places. Honestly, this game makes the original Bendy and the Ink Machine look like a test run. If you've played both of them, you'll appreciate the little things in this, little nods here and there, stuff you'll recognise, but this is definitely the superior article. As long as you ignore the teleport in a tight space. Don't go back for that quest. Seriously, don't. I wouldn't mind, but the upgrade it unlocked, I didn't even use. Right, that'll do for this video I think. What did you think of it? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of Bendy and the Dark Revival, and how do you think it compares to Bendy and the Ink Machine? I think it's a major improvement. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And for those of you who can't get enough of my dulcet tones, you can always subscribe, ring the bell for notification, that's a separate thing. Or if you want to inflict my irritating persona on someone else, you can always share instead. See you next time.